We're trying to replicate our lounge door out of various pieces of MDF, and I've made up a jigsaw out of all the pieces, and yeah, it's sort of loosely patched together at the moment. We're going to use I don't know, what do you call it, adhesive plaster or map to glue it to the wall. And here's our wall over here, and that's going to be our trial wall. So that's the test for today. Each section of wall starts off with a kit of parts, and each kit of parts has sort of like a little panel, and on the edge of each panel we've sort of like machined with the router like a Roman OG sort of I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a return on the edge, and it's a double curve, and I think it's called OG. So yeah, and this one's got the sort of like a straight edge, which we've done on the saw table, and with this one we're going to do on a router as well. So that'll be the top panel, which sits above like so. So yeah, and basically you cover the wall in mortier au plâtre, which is ultra adhesive plaster, and yeah, you glue them on so they end up like that, and then you sort of fill in all the gaps around with filler, and hopefully it all looks nice. And you have to get them all dead level with the laser level as you go, and yeah, hopefully it'll all turn out lovely. Now there's pretty much not a vertical line in this whole house, and none of the walls are flat either, so we're using the adhesive plaster and the laser line to sort of mark out the lines, and use the laser line to create the vertical lines in the house. And hopefully when we stand back everything can look square, rather than say this wall over here, this wall is leaning out at the corner up here, so if we use the wall to create the vertical line, everything would be on the slant. So if we use this pillar, for instance, this pillar we know is vertical because I used the laser line to put the pillar in. So, and we're going to use the Lasgo to create all our vertical lines and crosshairs from that. That's the first wall done, and because the walls were obviously very bowed and flat, a couple of the joints might need the odd smudge of filler.
I'm meant to be doing the ceiling, but I got sidetracked.
Mandy has painted the bottom half of this room in white as an undercoat, and as you can see it adds a bit of French chic maybe to the bottom of the room, but we were going with a bit of boho. As you can see, these panels here have got some quite autumnal panels, like this here. It's got lovely gold colour, which is what we were hoping for the top half of the room. And they've also got lovely bit of green here, which is quite hunter green if you like, and that was the colour that we were going to paint these panels on the bottom half of the room. And we were looking for, say, a hunter green sofa, or maybe a sofa the same colour as this red at the top, but we might change our mind on the colour of the sofa and go for a creamer colour sofa and paint these panels green instead, and hide the panels behind the sofa and paint the panels green instead. So that would be our feature colour. This is the door we're trying to replicate. In this area of France, they're very common. They're made of oak, but in America they sell for an absolute fortune. We've seen them online go for well over $1,000 a piece.
Sometimes you've just got to pimp it up a little.
Yeah, a bit of magnolia.
Well, I should be doing loads of other stuff that needs doing before this, but I think sometimes if you have a little victory win and something looks good, it gives you that boost to carry on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm pimping up the ceiling, putting a bit of paint on there, and then that will be done.
This is our lovely log banner. Now we've replaced all the insides of that. Now we had to order the bits from England for that. So this pipe coming out the top is English spec. Now the pipe there, that is European spec. So this is a reducer to match the two specs together. So not really a huge problem, but you have to get the two to match. Now our chimney has got an S-bend in the middle, so so the pipe leans a bit. So that's a bit of a problem. So what you have to do is you have to get sort of like a universal sort of joint in the middle. But they don't sell those in France, do they? So we've had to order one from the Philippines. That's right. And of course they take 3 weeks to arrive, don't they? And we had snow last night, didn't we? Yeah, so yeah, it's getting a bit chilly now, and yeah, we could really do with it right now. This is show mortar with a sponged down effect. French plaster is more like plaster of Paris, so it is a lot softer than English plaster, so it does breathe better than English plaster, so it absorbs damp and moisture and stuff like that, so it is better in that respect. But as you can see, in places like a stairwell, it damages really easy, like so, as you can see. This is the colour of our sand or sable, and this is our mortier de chaux or lime mortar as it's better known, which is a sort of well, it's sort of like off-white or very slightly grey, I suppose. And this is what we're using as our colourant. Sikachem colour, which is jaune, which is yellow. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite bright yellow. There you go. Well, it's definitely looking not lime mortar colour, is it? It's, well, that's kind of
mustard. We're going for mustard.
We're going for mustard colour, are we?
Yeah, mustard.
Yeah, I don't know what colour that is. Do you like it?
It's wait and see what it looks like on the wall, really, isn't it?
Yeah, some of it hasn't mixed in yet.
No, I need to stop it and give it a stir.
Yeah. So what do you think of the colour?
It's meant to be yellow.
It's
but
kind of a greeny yellow, isn't it?
It reminds me of something a cow would leave behind.
Oh, that's not the greatest description.
It's... yeah, I think time will tell.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the whole thing anyway, and then we'll just watch it and see.
Yeah, we were hoping for a magnolia, and the ceiling's magnolia, and it's not looking very magnolia.
No, it's almost like an olive drab at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is a nice enough colour on its own, but not quite what we were after.
No.
Would that work with a dark green? Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't know at the moment.
I'm going to finish this bit anyway, and then we'll...
It's nice and golden. It's kind of autumnal.
Yeah, it could be classed as a mustardy colour as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
I just can't get the rear of the cow out of my face.
No.
That sounded wrong.
It's kind of bright and...
It's light. It's not a...
Yeah.
It's not like a dark...
We decide. There's lots of noises going on here, isn't there?
When we painted the bathroom, as soon as I put brush to wood, that was definite no.
Yeah.
This one, I think, knowing how the bedroom was,
yeah.
I think we're just going to have to wait and see what it looks like.
It might grow on us.
It's going to change colour anyway when it dries, so yeah.
We'll see. The jury's out on this.
Watch this space. This might be a replaster or something.
Yeah. If we don't like this bass green or hunter green, we can always paint over it. That's our theory. It's quite a bold colour though, isn't it? Oh well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Wow. That is green. Might have to call the boss. I suppose it does match the windows though. It's not quite the shade of green I was looking for though. We'll see. I was hoping for a slightly darker shade. That is more bottle green. Well, bass green definitely isn't hunter green, and yeah, it's probably some of the worst paint I've ever used. It went on like toffee, probably needed diluting down or something like that, but I couldn't get it to go on properly. It was horrible stuff to use, and you can see virtually every brush stroke, and it's very, very patchy in places, and I couldn't get it to cover properly, so we don't know what we're going to do with it, so might need to rub it down and take it off. So yeah, we're going to see what it looks like in the morning, and hopefully it improve or grow on us or something like that, but at the moment we don't like it. I don't know if you can see, but I've stained the upright pillar now in ancient oak stain, and it matches the beam going across, which is actually genuine mahogany. And yeah, it gives it quite a sophisticated look, really, quite elegant. Sort of gives it, well, a bit of boho. And yeah, but the panel on the bottom, yeah, that paint was supposed to cover 5 square metres, but only actually covered 1, and it is still very, very patchy, horrible paint, very, very sticky, nasty, nasty stuff. The brush was actually sticking to the wall, and yeah, it's really, really patchy, as you can see. So yeah, nasty, nasty stuff. So what I'm going to do now is going to go around the house, and I'm going to see if I can find some replacement colours. You know, I'm going to find some t-shirts, rugs, anything like that, so we can find sort of like a nice warm colour, maybe reds, blues, I don't know, see what I can find. Well, I actually had a rug in mind, and this is the one I found. It's our old doormat from England, so it does add a bit of warmth to the room, and it makes the top half look less green and more yellow. That's the plan. This week we're kind of exploring our colour palettes. Well, accidentally on purpose?
Accidentally, I think.
On purpose, maybe a little bit. Anyway, we've kind of been exploring colours. Exploring colours, yeah. The colourant which you add to the show mortar, you kind of end up with kind of basically a random colour. And it dries a different colour to what it goes on, and then when you put it next to another colour,
it changes colour again,
because the green makes it look more green than
yellow.
So yeah, that was kind of an experience. So yeah, so now it looks kind of khaki, camouflagey, olive greeny kind of colour. I don't know. It looks that colour. So you can tell. So yeah, and so And when we went to the DIY store, DIY store, we went to
Every
DIY store,
DIY
DIY store, and they have a little tiny. You can't come away with the little cards like you do in most countries, and they don't have those here. So, anyway, we came away with a little tiny tin,
a tester tin, paint,
a tin of paint,
yeah.
And we painted that on the bottom half the room.
Oh God, didn't like it.
Unfortunately.
No, we left it a couple of days to see if it'd grow on us, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, back to square one again.
Back to square one, yeah. So, we've been round and we've picked up the grubbiest rug in the entire house because it's had 10 years of boot wear on it and mud and stuff. So, we might take that around and colour match that.
I'd probably take a picture as opposed to carry the rug.
Yeah, they probably won't like that if we go into DIY stores with the grubbiest rug on the planet. But we might end up with something cream or French chic-y. We don't know because we were exploring the French chic boho thing. So who knows? You've probably got as much clue on what colour this room is going to end up as us because we haven't got the foggiest, have we? Literally not a clue what's happening with this room.
No, it's just brick wall at the moment, and well, I don't know.
We don't know. Absolutely not a clue. So,
all I can say is the ceiling is done.
The ceiling is done, and we're really happy with the panelling.
Yeah.
What we're not happy with is the fact that the fire.
Oh, we've got to wait for a part to come for the fire. 1 to 3 weeks.
1 to 3 weeks from the other side of the earth for a part for the fire. Oh, not happy with that, but there we go. So, yeah, we were hoping for a nice warm Christmas, but...
We're going to have a warm Christmas.
Yeah, apparently. Fingers really tightly crossed.
I'm going to set fire to you.
That fire is so frustrating.
Oh, I know.
Oh!
I can't wait to burn stuff in it.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're going to do the sliding doors this week.
Yeah, sliding doors this week. The stain on the door frame didn't quite end up the same colour as what I hoped, but yeah.
So that might need a sanding and a redo with something.
We don't know. But yeah, the doors this week, so the sliding doors, that should be reasonably easy job. So yeah, all the rails done for the sliding doors, by the way. So yeah, it's ready to go. Yeah.
So our straight road of things to do this time has sort of veered off left and right.
We've had a bit of an explore. Yeah, but we're ready to go. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So, as usual, folks,
like and subscribe.
Give us a bit of the like and subscribe. I love a bit of that. And
see you next time.
Yeah. Au revoir.
Au revoir.